So you've heard that Java is an object-oriented programming language. Let's take a look at what objects really are in code. So here I have a class. You can see it's defined as public myClass. It happens to have a variable that says moose, and it has some methods. This is not an object. This is a blueprint. It is a class. We need to have blueprints in order to actually define what we want to create in memory. Well, how do we get from a class to an object? We use the new keyword. When I have my class, my object is assigned to new my class, for the first time I'm taking this blueprint and I'm creating an object in memory. After I create that object in memory, I'm assigning that particular piece of memory to be pointed to by my object. Now, my object is not actually something that is a my class object. My object is really just a pointer. It is referencing where that piece of memory is. If you wanted to look under the hood, my object would actually be equal to something kind of like this. Some kind of number that points to where memory is actually referencing a my class object. Now remember, we can just do this and say my class an object, and that won't actually create anything. That is just going to be a pointer, and it's going to be pointing automatically to nothing. It's only when we use the new keyword that we're actually allocating memory and creating an object for us to use. The same is true for an array of objects. If I create an array of class objects, and let's say we make enough for 5, in code, this is going to be equal to something like this. With each position not actually pointing to a real object. They're just references. So, even though I'm taking my class and making enough room for 5 objects, remember that the last object is really going to be in position 4. Only by taking that particular reference, let's say the first position, and assigning it to my object, will memory actually be something like this. And that's how you go from having a blueprint to actually having a real object or an array of objects.